And if we notice this meeting being held this 18th day of December 2025 at 7:30 p.m. has been provided in accordance with section 3D of chapter 231 of the public laws of 1975, commonly known as the Sunshine Law. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Muir,
Here.
Nelson, here, Cotton,
Here.
Kenny,
Here.
Lindsay,
Made it.
O'Brien,
Here.
Mr. Decker is excused, and Moon here. Thank you.
A motion open for public comment on the agenda.
I make that motion.
Second. In favor?
Aye.
Aye. Comment on the agenda. Motion to close.
Make that motion to close.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
The motion to adopt regular session minutes of November 6th, 2025. There's no executive session held.
Make a motion to adopt those minutes.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain. The motion to adopt regular executive session minutes of November 20th, 2025. Then meeting, okay, well, yeah, meeting, right, the motion.
I make a motion to adopt those minutes for that date.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I abstain. And as noted, meeting of December 4th was canceled due to lack of agenda. No minutes, obviously. And I have a motion to adopt resolution 2025.94 to cancel checks from Bethlehem Bloomsbury Joint Municipal Court for 2025.
I make a motion to adopt resolution 2025.94.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adopt resolution 2025.95 to purchase snow and ice control materials from Morton Salt through the Hunter County Co-op.
Make a motion to adopt resolution 2025.95.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Make a motion to adopt resolution 2025.96, authorizing transfer of reserves during the last 2 months of the fiscal year.
And make a motion to adopt resolution 2025.96.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I have a motion to pay all bills in the amount of $109,812.97.
Make a motion to pay the bills in that amount.
Second. Roll call vote, please.
Cotton,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Nelson, yes, Muir.
Yes.
Thank you.
As shared, Mr. Decker is excused for this evening, and there is no additional report that he provided, nothing that needs to be updated. Report of public safety officials, Mr. Walton, would you like to share on behalf of the fire?
Good evening, Mayor and Committee. Rob Walden, Chief of Hampton Fire Company. We had a significant event in the township, beginning of the month. We had a structure fire at, on Charlestown Road, 400 block. I just wanted to give the committee a brief update on how that transpired. The call came in around 1:40 in the afternoon on Sunday. Initial response was Hampton Fire Company, Glen Gardner Fire Company, Quakertown Fire Company for the rapid intervention team, Asbury for their tanker, Franklin Township, Hybrid for the ladder truck, and South Branch for their EMS company. I was first on scene. Initial size up, we had a fully involved structure fire. That's how the call came out, and confirmed that once on scene, we had flames from the front side and the right side of the building. We immediately escalated the call to get tanker task force en route. For initial call in the township, we always have tankers from Glen Gardner and Asbury come in for water supply. When you have something that size, you definitely need more than what's on the initial box. So we work with the county task force for tankers. We had 6 additional tankers from across the county come in. As the call escalated or continued to go, we actually engaged a second tanker task force. So in all, we had 12 different tankers coming into the township to provide water for that fire. Had a fill site at the Hampton Road Post Office, the hydrant there. Another fill site at the Shell Station off exit 12, off Interstate 78. Tankers that also came from Clinton Town. They were a fill engine at the Hampton fill site. Kingwood Township brought a tanker. Fairmount brought a tanker from way up in Tewksbury Township. Holland Township, Oldwick, Milford, and White House also brought a engine to act as a fill engine at the Shell Station. We also brought an additional manpower from Stewartsville. They brought several crews in. Annandale, Lebanon Township, or say Clinton Township, and then also Lebanon Township came in to provide manpower as well. Washington Borough and Bloomsbury staged at their stations to provide backup for the area while the call was ongoing. When you have a call of this size and everybody's on scene, you want to make sure you have other companies ready to respond to cover calls that we won't be able to get to. We actually had one. A call came in Glen Gardner later in the day. Also involved in the call were Huntington County OEM, the Huntington County Fire Coordinators. We also got help from Matarazzo, Charlie Matarazzo, a resident of the township. He came and brought his excavator toward the end of the call so we could get the rear of the building removed and get to the heart of the fire. We also had free pizza from Rosada's Pizza in Hampton. We want to make sure they get their recognition as well. It was a very fully involved fire right from the get-go. The first person on scene, the first, besides myself, was Deputy 25 from Pattenbury. He tried to go in and save the pets. There were 3 pets that did not make it out of the fire. He tried to go in himself with his air pack and a water can, made it about 10 feet. But the heat was too much. He had to back out. First engine company on scene was Glen Gardner. They advanced a hose line into the fire. Well, very seasoned interior firefighter came out and said his hand line turned to steam. That's how hot the fire was. Chief 91 from Quakertown, the initial size up, saw there were flames in the backside as well. Call for all folks to get out. That engine crew that went in from 12 at the same time said the floor was gone. We backed everybody out and had to do an exterior fight. Ideally, we'd want to fight these fires from inside, but when you have something that's that far along, you have to pull everybody out for their own safety and fight from the outside. The initial fire location, we believe, was in an original part of the building. We are told that that part of the structure was insulated with hay and mud, so you can understand why that went up fairly quickly. We did have the hybridus ladder. They extended a line from their ladder tip, the 3-inch line to douse the fire. We had a blitz line in the back of the fire to the 3-inch line to extinguish the fire. We had a hand line also on the side. Took several hours to get the fire under control. Once under control, we were able to go in and do some cleanup, look for pockets of existing fire. Eventually, we brought in Matarazzo with his excavator to pull the back of the building out so we could get to the heart of the fire in the back. State Fire Marshal was called. They come out to those scenes as well to investigate, make sure there's nothing nefarious going on. I don't believe there's anything nefarious, just simply a fire that originated in the fireplace. We were clear of the scene around 8 o'clock that night. So you can hear 7 hours of firefighting. You got your money's worth out of the firefighters that Sunday. You also got your taxpayer money's worth out of the county. Again, we had the county OEM coordinator on scene, 2 fire coordinators, and obviously the dispatch center was very much engaged when you have a fire of that size. So it was really a full team effort, especially with the chiefs in Bethlehem Township. Chief 25 was operating the water shuttle service at the street. I was in command. Chief 12 was at the heart of the fire, operating the primary engine, supplying water to the fire. Bloomsbury was stationed as backup, and then 57 was obviously one of the tanker shuttles running back and forth. So I'm happy to answer any questions or address any concerns you might have had.
No, you guys did a great job that day. I know Andrew reached out to me. I was working that day, so I couldn't get down and working on it, but tragic incident, but luckily you guys did a great job. I think no loss of life, human loss of life, whatever. So thank you for your work, everything. And I know I reached out. I guess you had reached out through kind of get help with the residents, Red Cross. I was told that you're set up for that. I know Mayor, you tried to get, you're reaching out, then you're a friend of them as well. So I'm trying to get them all coordinated on that end, and you guys did a great job. So thank you for everything.
Thank you. I appreciate your help as well. I know that we were speaking with you during.
My help is just get Charlie Matarazzo out there, making sure
No,
you guys did all the hard.
Well, that was critical because we even after we did everything we could do, there was still that collapse rear portion, and we could see smoke coming out of it. And we're not going to be able to get at it without getting that material out. So probably able to get it out. Otherwise, we would have been back. We're there all night watching it.
It's what I echo, above and beyond. You guys are great.
Thanks.
Fantastic job.
Thank you.
Never think it's gonna happen. It's not like that happens, and you tell everybody who responded, everybody who was on call, everybody who was looking out for the rest of the community, even just stand by. What a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rob, great jobs. Echo the same sentiments. I did have a question.
Sure.
It's unbelievably impressive, the number of mutual aid that came. Is that typical if we have a fire in our?
Yes.
To get that much support?
Yes. That's typical. If part of it is manpower, part of it is also just how you operate a scene safely. So Quakertown, for example, they're what's called a RIT team, Rapid Intervention Team. Their job is simply to stand outside the building, and if some firefighter gets hurt or goes down in the building, they go in and get them. So that's one company. Then you have all the water that we need in order to supply water to the fire in the borough, In Hampton, we would not have the tanker task force because we have the hydrant system, but out here in the township, we need those tankers. So that's accounts for another 8 or so fire companies. But on an initial firebox like that, yeah, we have probably half a dozen companies that come out for manpower and different apparatus. The ladder truck, only so many companies have a ladder truck. Highbridge has one, Clinton has one, so we rely on those ladder trucks to come into the township. So yeah, that's typical. Obviously, the bigger the fire, the more service you need. But yeah, in that first alarm, you get half a dozen companies, and then as we escalated it, you get another dozen more.
Was the structure total loss?
Yeah.
Did you determine what started it, where it started?
Excuse me?
Did you determine where it started?
That's under investigation. The state fire marshal's office would do that. I mean, our suspicion is that it started in the fireplace and the fireplace was not closed and it got out into the, but I can't confirm that.
Any questions?
No, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Beckham. I know you are in big communication. You know, you have support of equipment and planning and anything else that we have in Bethlehem Township, but thank you to you for your command and everybody else who was there on scene that day and saved the family and fought that fire.
So I've been at this for 22 years as a member of the Hampton Fire Company, and there have been ups and downs with how we're working with our companies that serve Bethlehem Township. Some years, nobody's talking to anybody, but for these last several years, and certainly this year, the 5 companies that serve Bethlehem Township work extremely well together. We meet 3 or 4 times a year. We did a joint drill at the county fire school in the burn building. So when we all got on the scene, we knew each other. We knew how each other operated. We were ready to go.
If you don't mind, I did reach out to Chief Law originally too about the bleak farmhouse, so.
Oh, yes.
It's recommended to be over 40 degrees.
Yeah.
So I did speak to Jeff briefly, but I think you may want to, this road's commissioner, talk to him more, but we do think the house will be fine through the winter.
Yeah, that's what I
To
said.
find,
I was concerned.
the temperatures and the weather becomes better. I hope it's a valuable training experience.
I'm sure it will be,
It's a unique
yeah.
opportunity to have a house to train with before we go through full demolition.
No, I'm sure we'll take full advantage of it. Yes, we'll leave it a lot different than when we found it.
I want to be there.
So we'll coordinate on that and we'll keep communication open. I know you and the chiefs speak quite often and try to find ways to support in 2026 and some potentially new incentives or things that we can hopefully help out with.
Thank you. To do one other piece of good news, we have a new member who's a resident of the township. Young lady on Wyckoff has joined the company. She's going to be going to firefighter 1, hopefully in the spring, but we certainly would love more. So we appreciate the funds, we appreciate the support, but we need people. So if somebody's looking for a little more out of life than what they may be experiencing, if they're looking for some more meaning, we've got something for them.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Thank you, Chief.
There's no old business on the agenda, and there's no new business on the agenda, so we're moving on to municipal zoning officials, an email report, you have that in front of you, a report of the Department of Public Works, policy email, I don't know. If you like to,
If I can find it. Here's something. Don't see it in the packet.
plowing, so.
I know, I was just gonna say, they've been busy plowing and, yeah, winter is underway. And they have been working, really, really hard around the clock, so I want to give them props for everything that they've been doing.
Yes, no, thank you, they've done a great job with the storm incidents, we already had 2 ice and or snow incidents.
Yeah.
They've been out for.
Yes, they've been working on the trucks and,
Yeah, you know, we'll see what happens, and maybe we can run into trees because of that, but yes, unfortunately, the storms keep happening on weekends. Can you change that as well, Commissioner?
I'll speak to my contacts.
I'm fully happy to support the guys with overtime, but
Yeah, well, it's gonna be.
we're with storms Monday through Friday between 8 and 2.
Well, tomorrow it's during the day. Tomorrow it's Friday during the day, the winds will be kicking up and so.
Report tax collector, as email, just have our staff, meeting our tax collectors, making additional outreach for delinquent taxes to try to help mitigate that, keep our tax collections at a higher rate. Report of animal control official is also emailed. We'll be sharing information about the online licensing
Yes,
soon, so.
We'll be making it announced.
2026.
yes, mid-January, hopefully.
Report of municipal clerk as well as, thank you, Mr. Spencer, for the, timely report. And report of township attorney.
Well, glad to announce we settled, our one remaining, tax appeal, with the family in the township. Typically what we do is, first we go to the county hearings. And if we can't reach a resolution, then, it's a de novo review, meaning that anybody can appeal it to tax court. The resident appealed it to tax court and we asked for an inspection of the premises. And, Laura inspected and we reached a resolution, on the only, residential appeal that was pending. Really strong numbers in the town, related to, some of the neighborhoods and their valuations. And then there's just two other commercial appeals pending. One is for a cell tower, located at block 18, lot 5.01. They filed the appeal. I'm not sure the grounds yet. We haven't gotten that far. And then there's, an interesting case with United Telephone and the courts are trying to determine whether it's a utility which should have a value, a very nominal value, or whether these telecommunication lines are, they're producing perhaps significant income at the Comcast, and whether that infrastructure should be taxed at a higher rate. So every year we just file, we're waiting for the appellate commission to weigh in on it.
Oh, well, so we do that,
Yes.
Did I report? Report of personnel technical support coordinator, Ms. Nelson?
Just ongoing normal operations of business sector, nothing outstanding to report.
Okay, any additional road coordinator?
No,
Okay. Report of joint professional service coordinator, myself and Mr. Kenny. But just update as we shared in an earlier meeting, Alexandria Township is intending to join our court. And we had a meeting with Bloomsbury, they're our partner in the court. And went through final reviews, going through the review from the business approvals, and it's on process to potentially conclude the process and begin the court in March. So it'll be a nice addition. As we share, municipal courts for those towns without a local police department are generally we're trying to reduce our costs rather than being a revenue center. So this does help offset additional court costs to add in court for us in Bloomsbury as the managers of the court. So it's beneficial to our taxpayers. So we'll keep updated as we move forward with that. Report of Violence Council Coordinator, Ms. Nelson.
nothing tonight.
Report of Health and Safety Coordinator, Mr. Lindsay.
Nothing, Mike.
Board of Finance Coordinator, it's myself. I think I'm going to be focusing on the budget already and preparing on going to 2026. I'd say our biggest challenge is, of course, still the healthcare costs and a few other state mandated regulations. Our internal controls would not necessitate any increases, but the state pressures are going to be significant. So we'll see where we can do our best to mitigate those within our budget. Report of land use coordinator, Ms. Nelson.
This will be announcing I'll be cycling off planning board for 2026, so I attended my last meeting a couple of weeks ago. What I understand, in various stages, there's about 11 applications facing the board next year.
Yeah.
Busy
year.
Gonna be a busy year for them. So I thank them for their hard work ahead of time.
Thank you for your service, 10 years, right?
Yes,
10 years.
10
on the
years,
planning board?
10 years on the planning board.
Thank you very much. I think you took the time needed to understand each application
Mhm.
and vote with the most appropriate knowledge and education.
Thank
And so thank you for that guidance and leadership while you were there.
Yes, and I'm sure that my successor will be equally excellent.
So soon to be Committeeman Coletti will be the appointed committee member on the planning board. Now report of voting body members, Mr. Cotton,
Nothing to report.
Mr. Ken.
So I'm not happy to say, but I'm proud to say that this was a wonderful 3 years. I have to say that by temperament and by nature, I am an executive, not a legislator. I'm much more used to carrying out orders than I am trying to write the law. But, I do want to say how proud I am to have served on this committee and with the members who are on this committee. And I know Mr. Coletti is going to make a great addition. And I'm, as I said a little while ago today, I'm very proud to be a resident of the township for all these years. I got to raise my daughters, and you saw my grandkids, here, and I attribute a lot of much of that to living in such a wonderful place with such wonderful people. We are lucky. We are blessed. It's Christmas. So one of the things that came to mind, and this is not directed at anyone but to the committee, is in the 26th president of the United States, Teddy Roosevelt, gave a speech in 1910, commonly known as the man in the arena. Now, it's a little bit dated by calling it the man in the arena, but the point to be made is that the people who are actually doing the job deserve tremendous credit. It's easy to be the critic and sit outside and watch what's being done, but not actually the one who's actually doing it. And you're doing it. You've done a great job. In the 3 years I've been here, this has been the kind of mature, good, guided leadership that the town, and quite frankly, I think the nation could use. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud to have served with you. I'm not leaving. I'm just leaving here, but I'm still available. And as I said before, when in need, I'm available to volunteer my services to keep that one as good as it's been and to make it even better. So thank you for serving the town so well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kenny. Remember, starting with, the zoning board, I was on the zoning, we were split board. First saw Mr. Kenny as township attorney. And I had the honor of serving with you, as elected official with you as attorney. And then, it's been, really special to serve with you as a fellow elected official, help guide Bethlehem Township. And, I agree, I wish, I think all of us on this committee, I do share it. We don't always, somebody asked me, do you have a friendly committee? And I said I do, but we don't all agree on a lot of things. And we talk through it, we figure it out, we try to do what we think is gonna be best for Bethlehem Township. And you were key in setting that tone. And hopefully this is one of those times that things carry from the lower level up, because I do wish or hope that other levels within our state and federal operate much like we do. And I know you were in those arenas as well, and probably had some profound impact on individuals there who also continue to do things right and share respect for other people. So thank you for all your service. So that, Delaney, any report?
I gotta follow up with that, jeez, please.
Okay, pleasure serving with Bob, I don't know if we say hi, yeah, that's fine. Not really much. We did have an incident this past Sunday involving a Norfolk Southern train. People reported a possible derailment. It wasn't a derailment, as they reached out to a Norfolk Southern contact. Was an issue with the part of the engine that needed to get replaced, and the only way they would replace it was to actually have to lift it off the tracks to get it repaired. That was why all that equipment was out there and everything else. But there was no contamination, there was no leak, there was no derailment, there was no crash, there was no accident or anything else like that. The county didn't know anything about it at the time. But there was I don't want to say a routine maintenance, but I guess it was a typical car breaks down, the tow truck comes, well, the train broke down and the big train crane came, lifted up and fixed it up, and everything was all.
The traction motor needed to be replaced.
That's it, thank you. So. Other than that, tomorrow we have the storm. I already reached out to you guys. I'm having to probably laid up for a bit, but definitely we have Alvin will be around, so. Sorry, I had it on shoulder. No, it's this one, so. Yeah, and that's it.
Thank you for that follow up. We're here to continue to fill in. Like I said, I was talking to Jason Bill about other things in the township today. I know they're preparing for the worst of the winds for tomorrow, so hopefully they will be, prepared to respond as needed. Ms. Nelson?
No, everything is good tonight. Merry Christmas, everyone. And thank you very much.
Report of Township Administrator.
I just have the postage machine rental contract, so that's been 3 years, so I have that to renew.
Okay.
At the same, rate for the next 3 years. And then.
We keep Sam equipment. It's okay.
Yes. They will replace it if there is an issue. We've had it, replaced once, but, that seems to be working okay. And then, as you brought up the pet licensing, we are working on that. We're working on the credit card fees and how that's going to be, implemented, for the residents. So we're hoping mid-January.
If it's not ready for mid-January, say it's February, will residents be given a pass if they sign up in February, we're not going to be, will not
Well,
delay.
I mean, they can still mail their, but it's up to you guys, it's not up to me.
Why don't we, the second meeting, we'll decide about next session. I'm not opposed to it. I think it'd be worth it.
I think it depends on how we put it in the announcement, because we did say that you would be able to by mid-January
In the letters.
in the letters.
I don't remember what we,
So we'll do that.
So we'll take action accordingly. I have to go back and read it, but I think it's part you said something about where it would be available.
anticipating or something.
Yeah.
For it to be.
Yeah.
It wasn't that it was.
Yeah.
Not free, that it would be.
I mean, I don't know what percentage of the population is that gonna take advantage of it, but
Right.
there is a.
I'd like to take, more do you think?
But yes, but we are working on with the additional credit card fee and whatnot.
Right.
Be on top of the licensing fee.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Any questions? Report of mayor. We didn't have a meeting, well, we were gonna before that anyway. We were gonna meet since our Christmas celebration, so we want to thank Melissa Baylor Mackwitz and her family and friends who are very dedicated to setting up the Heart of Christmas event. They were there, early in the morning. I said I thought I was gonna help. Sorry, I thought I'd get there around, noonish, and they were there and gone by 9 o'clock. I took a little break and came right back and from 1 to 6, put on a, spectacular event for our residents, including Santa versus Bridge Wrestling. Santa won again, which is good, so he's ready for the deliveries for everyone. Bonnie Mulhern, was a Marine veteran, was the individual honored to light our Christmas tree. That went smoothly. I want to thank the Girl Scouts. That was the tradition. The Heart of Christmas has been around for 5 years, and the tree lighting itself as a standalone ceremony has been around for 10 years, originally started by a Girl Scout troop. And so it's wonderful to have that tradition continue with their leadership.
And the tree room.
And the tree is,
It's nice to know that it's like a real tree.
Used to be.
it's nice and tall. If anybody wants to say, I have pictures of it being delivered and then planted 10 years ago. Thank you to Bill Cullen, for the original donation. I did go out there one year, because they did have a disease, and so I was spreading miracle grow on the way. And so I'm not taking credit, but I was trying to save it. It was the little trusting one there, yes. And you know, problems, but it is beautiful. Now, I waiting to buy a lot of little eggs, so.
Amazing to see you for.
I will add along with those continuations, last year we had the first ever menorah lighting in Bethlehem Township, and we're continuing obviously with that tradition, so Saturday. I believe it was the second, the last night of Hanukkah, and we will be the host town, the ceremony with Rabbi Carnfeld, so please come on out. It's not just for Jewish families. It was a great ceremony last year to start. It should be warmer this year. Last year it was extremely cold. The latkes were freezing to your hand as you try to eat them, but there are latkes and donuts and kids' games and toys, and so it's definitely a festival and fun. Again, if you're not Jewish, it's still a great way to learn about another religion and celebrate it all together, because Rabbi Kornfeld does a great job. Just a side note, recently, I had my first meeting this morning, now served on the board of Go Hunter, which is our transportation authority, that we borrow the speed signs and speed studies from. And I just sharing, I've always been supportive of thinking that they were an amazing organization, but after attending my first board meeting, just want to share a few things because Bethlehem Township's benefited. So we have those speed studies that we've completed. They completed 65 speed studies last year. I joke that 60 of them were in Bethlehem, but we were the recipient of about 4 or 5 speed studies, and they also were one of the few that actually do change our ordinances based on those. They're purchasing a new stealth box, so while we're purchasing our own signs as a speed mitigation tool, if we actually want to host speed studies where people don't know we're actually doing it, so we get some more of a natural flow, they're buying new equipment with Go Hunter, so Sean get to share that as well. Side note, they have grants through Hunter Healthcare Access Transportation Program, so for those of us residents, mostly seniors who can't drive, they have contracts and they pay for rides through Uber and Lyft. They provided 3,800 rides last year. And then I'm just sharing too, they also have there's nothing, I talked about this, Sustainable New Jersey. I did not realize they're the host or organizer for the Hunter County Sustainable Hub. And so the towns that are active, they get together and work together. And Sustainable New Jersey is essentially taking a hiatus in 2026 for a general review and refresh the program. So if you're existingly certified, you can just kind of stay at that level for 26. And we should look into the new program for 2027.
We're bronze level, if I'm not mistaken.
We are, I don't think we're currently certified.
We're not?
We have to submit every year. Did you resubmit?
No.
You need to resubmit every year. So we should look at that for 2027.
Okay.
But I thought that was a useful resource for us. And then our reorganization meeting is Tuesday, January 6th at 7:30 p.m. Any questions? With that, I have a motion for public comment.
The motion to open the public comment?
In favor?
Aye.
Public comment as well.
To the Mulder for 24 Troublesome Road. I have a bunch of things, so if you want me to stop after my 3 minutes, that's fine, so just let me know. The first thing, the email from Oliver, Environmental Commission, I'm gonna read it. We recommend that, I'm sad that it wasn't on the agenda, but recommend that an invitation be sent to Kathy Hale to present the New Jersey Water Supply Authority Spruce Run Watershed Protection Plan. They're looking at January, February. I emailed Christine and you twice, didn't get a response yet. And
Spoken about it, so I don't know why he didn't share that, but we spoke about it, we're in the process.
well, this was just I told them that I was gonna read it. So can you let me know so when I can let Kathy know?
Sure.
So like, can you know now?
Probably the second meeting in January.
The second meeting. I mean, it could be February too.
The first meeting is usually the fire company, February, so.
Okay, so I can email her back and say second meeting in February. It was, she spoke to, sorry, I said.
Sure.
Ugh. She spoke to the Environmental Commission. It was really, really useful. And that kind of taught, and then, there are some other things in this email, but that's,
I didn't, but Oliver and I talked a fair amount, so you're welcome to read it.
okay, the second item is the recommend the township request full-size maps and plan schematics. That's before the land use, come to the Environmental Commission. That has not been happening. So we went, that Stony Brook Lane, Oliver and I are out there and we have, 8.5 by 11. And the Environmental Commission is supposed to get a copy, full-size copy. So that's been delinquent. And we don't even know what applications are before the board. So that's not,
The liaison will be-
I understand that.
Okay.
I've asked that, I've requested that. And then, in April 16th, we're gonna have a rain barrel / rain garden talk from Tracy Gordon from the Raritan Headwaters. So we thought it could be in here, John did the Native American thing. Is that okay? Or should we?
As long as you were on time, should meeting that night or planning board meeting, or.
Well, it's the Township Committee meeting.
It would be
That's
before the meeting.
exactly, that's why we
Yes,
figured
you
that.
made that work, I think that's good, and people can People can come to vote.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let Tracy know, and she said she might need like an hour ahead of time to set
So
up.
it was 6 to 7, so there's transition time.
What did we say, 6:30? Six.
6:30.
No, I don't remember what we said to her, but I'll let her know that the presentation's from 6 to 7, but she can come earlier to set up.
Yeah.
Okay,
And that'll give us a little bit of transition time between the two meetings.
yeah, that's fine. That is perfectly okay. I honestly don't know how long her talk is. So then my other points are, which I asked about at the last meeting, there are several items in the MS4 and the stormwater pollution prevention plan that are due at the end of the year. And I was wondering why there's, what this, no status of them. I mean, there's quite a, I don't know how many, there are quite a few that need to be completed.
We haven't Mr. Decker confirmed, but whatever is required, he's on schedule to submit.
Well, but so we don't have like, it's like, yes, he's on schedule, but the public doesn't know anything about it. Like what's going on from the public's point of view.
What would you,
Well, so the street sweeping as an example, that's one of the ones where I think it was by end of 2025. That you have to figure out what you're doing with it. And then another one is the phase 1 of the watershed improvement plan.
we sat with, DEP and our DPW and Mr. Decker a couple months ago, and went through all those items and everything was on task. And, like, and for so the street sweeper, I sat through part of the meeting. There are a lot of caveats, even though we were worried about having to have it. If you tar and chip roads, they don't have to be street sweeped. Is probably the major one, and just about every road in this town has been tar and chipped. There's a lot of other regulations, so we far and few between that we need to, street sweep. So, I don't know what details, it was probably, I don't know how long, but it was multiple pages when we sat through that. It was probably a 3-hour meeting, so I don't know what we can maybe work with Mr. Decker to provide something that.
You should update this memorandum that has dates that are end of this year.
Yeah.
And then in the stormwater plan, because this is from January 2023 with the dates, and then in the stormwater plan, it lists out what the town is doing for some of these things. So street cleaning, I think, was in one of those items, and then you say what you're gonna do, and if streets don't get swept because of A, B, or C, then that should be noted in here.
There's a process on how we do that internally operationally, and so we'll see what we can share.
Well, you should be able to share all of it because it's all supposed to be on the website, the stormwater website.
Yeah, I don't, but like you're asking for details, so you like.
Oh, no, I'm asking for,
Like the logs of drains.
no, I'm asking like some of those items that it was completed and here's the resolution to it. Not every detail of every storm drain, but yes, that item was done.
Whatever's appropriate, I'll get updated.
Well, I think everything should be appropriate. And this, so that's my next question. So this was from May 2024. So this should be getting updated because some of these dates this is on the website. So this should get updated on the website, and so should that phase 1 as an example. I didn't itemize each one of what's due, but that should be on the website. In the stormwater management website, because that's what that is for.
Appreciate that.
So, I understand that you can be working, but it's especially since if we're gonna be trying to work with the water supply authority and, kind of piggyback what their efforts are, if the public, myself or whoever doesn't know, then we're kind of in the dark of what the town is doing for their obligations, because it ties in together with what the water supply is doing. So, and none of it should be not available to the public, I wouldn't think, because one of the requirement was have the website, have all this
This is
information.
what you're looking, so, look, we state that everything is being completed on time. then everything, that's
Then
a statement, so we can
that's a
share,
statement.
follow to that memo. That's what I was asking, you know, like logs and different
Yeah,
things. rather-
I don't think we need to see like the data that, we trust the engineer that he's doing his job and the DPW that they're doing their job.
Glad to hear you say that. Sounded like-
Yeah, no, I did not mean to say he's not doing his job, I just want to make sure that whatever items were supposed to be done are done. So then, so yeah, so if that could, and the stormwater website, on the bottom says, under construction, check back soon. I have no idea what that means. Check back soon for what?
Updates, so we have
Let's
them
check back
available.
soon.
Check back soon, what does it mean?
Well, obviously,
Check
we
back
didn't
soon
receive
for what?
anything to put in there, so we said check back soon for it. Seems pretty obvious to me.
It's not obvious to me. Okay, so
Well,
then.
What can I say?
Well, I'm the public speaking. So then, and two other items I have. So the pet licensing, it will be very clear what the additional fee is.
There's a percentage, so I'm not sure. I received the price list today, so, I'm not exactly sure. There's an activation fee, like a one-time fee of getting the credit card online.
So it might be more than the normal 3% that places charge.
Right, so I don't know what the township is going to want to incur themselves and what they're going to want to pass on to the resident as far as a startup fee. So that's.
I mean, it is more convenient because having to make copies for my two cats and the dog is like, it's a pain, but it's not a problem. And also you said that if you do it online, there won't be a way to send a self-addressed stamp envelope, which is not a big deal, but it saves me a stamp.
Yeah, we had
Two stamps.
no door that.
Yeah, I think you said that last time.
See what the percentages are, we haven't seen them yet.
Actually, I have two more things if that's okay.
3 minutes up.
Okay, and so one is I want to put a plug in for the Perryville State Police. It's the second time where my family have used them, not for anything major emergency, but the trooper he's awesome. They were awesome. And then I was talking to a friend of mine who used to work in the courts, and she said that that's because from the top down in that station, they are really good. They really try to work with the people. And I was really impressed at this particular fairly young trooper. So I just want to say that I will be writing them, an email. Yeah. They've been very respectful, and I've had other issues with other state troopers on the highway that were not so respectful. So I really appreciate that. And my last thing, so for soliciting, if someone drives up my driveway and wants to sell me something, that's soliciting, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and they were doing it this week, and I'm warning you also, so he came up twice. Because the county is redoing their road, obviously you know that, and they redid a lot of the aprons. And so they're taking advantage of that. And then they're coming up and saying, oh, the county did your apron terribly, I'm gonna redo it, and while I'm at it, I have this extra dump truck of, Charlie Hicks used to do it all the time, but he stopped coming to bother me. But now this new company, and they're taking advantage of the road. And I did call the roads department and the engineer and let them know, because the man is using the county's name as far as, oh, no, we're coming in after the county or something. It was.
Let the county know, I'd also call state police, and let them know that somebody solicited without a permit. If you want to call me or Mr. Spencer, give the company name.
No, I forgot, after the new ordinance, it will be the zoning officer that enforces it. I forgot what the new.
Be state police, I believe state police and or zoning, but state police would be your first
Correct.
call, because they would have the most enforcement ability if somebody doesn't have a permit.
Well, I did mention to him that, you know,
I
he
would
needs,
ask, first thing I always ask everybody, can I see your
I
solicitation?
did. And he didn't have one. He showed me his driver's license, said he lives in town or whatever. I'm like, I don't really, he has Pennsylvania plates and he says he lives in town, but I don't think he's coming back to my driveway, but you might, if other residents on Charlestown Road.
This is a public meeting, I would say everybody should ask for the
Yeah.
solicitation permit. If they don't have it, tell them that they'll be calling the state police, that they need to go to the clerk's office to acquire one.
I think the last time he mentioned that maybe you could put something on the banner on the website, because
We put something up, we were hoping that this time of year, it's kind of a,
Well,
not critical, but apparently.
the tar company, it's Alpha
It's not the,
Paving,
Alpha.
Alpha from Washington.
In a picture.
So he did not have anything on his truck, but he showed me a picture of his boss's truck that had.
This is a classic scam.
Exactly.
Solicitation's a huge problem.
And he did do somebody's driveway. I saw them down the road who must have gotten suckered into it. So, and the fact that he's kind of, you know, using the county as their excuse to come, and he drove up my driveway twice, and I have a long driveway.
Oh, that's
So-
why we're trying to say something that's.
Yeah, I understand. So I'm not gonna call on him because I don't think he's gonna bother me anymore, but
We can discuss the no-knock registry, which is
Yeah.
permitted, some municipalities allow everybody to sign up. And then it would be a secondary violation if somebody solicits when there's a no-knock registry, in addition to perhaps not complying with the solicitation ordinance. So that's something we'll talk about.
oh, you mean like if he comes again and just,
No,
you're not
it's
allowed,
just a no-knock registry.
like a do not call,
Correct.
which never worked, but,
Yeah, but you really don't get the permit, because he's not gonna have that registry if you.
right. He did not have a permit. He showed me his driver's license. It's here, I have my driver's license, so. But anyway, okay, that was it. Thank you.
Any other public comment? Motion to close public comment.
I make a motion to close.
Second. On favor?
Aye.
There are no executive session items, can I have a motion to adjourn?
To adjourn.
Second. Favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
Official.
Thank you, everyone, enjoy the holiday season, we'll see you on the sixth.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy New Year. With that, you're.
Yeah.
That's.